I'm Ross Rosenberg. I'd like to introduce you to an excerpt of a seminar that I recently produced and is available, titled The Codependency Cure's Tips, Tools, and Strategies to Overcome Narcissistic Abuse. I'm going to release 2, maybe 3 such excerpts from the seminar, but I'm also going to include information such as I'm going to present in this one that rounds out the topic. You see, the seminars are 6.5 hours long, and I probably have around 9 hours worth of information. That's kind of what I do at these seminars. And I have to hurry through every topic so I can get the whole thing done. So what follows is information that relates to this seminar clip and more. Oh, before I forget, if you are interested in this seminar, go to selfloverecovery.com. It's available as both a video download and an audio download. In this stage, it is so important to finally find a person, preferably a therapist, but if not a therapist, a trustworthy friend, a coach, or whomever, is to finally unburden yourself and start talking about the secrets. Now, I'm not suggesting all of a sudden you say everything at one time. No. I mean, there's a reason why you have some secrets, and for psychological reasons, you should let them come out at the right time, or only disclose enough information that feels safe to you, and consider the person to whom you are sharing it. It is dangerous to do this if you are an oblivious SLD who cannot tell friend from foe. The idea of this task is to be able to identify that whomever you're sharing it with will not disclose the secret. In the best case scenario, it will be a therapist who can help you process it. And in the worst case scenario is you share it with someone who just is a witness to it. That is not such a bad worst case scenario. Gaslighting, for example, is one of those horrendous, manipulative, psychological brainwashing strategies that narcissists use to keep you trapped and beaten down so you can never imagine what is up ahead of you in your bottom, what you can get to that you now are willing to at least consider. And it relies on secrets. Gaslighters convince the gaslit SLDs to keep secrets. And when you are convinced and you think it's the right thing, then it becomes even more important to start unloading those secrets, unburdening yourself of those secrets to break free from the gaslit narrative that if you tell a secret, someone will hurt you. And this is where the courage comes in. This is where the faith comes in, that secrets are malignant and will not only be toxic, but increase in their toxicity over time. A buried secret can only get worse. In this section, I mentioned the importance of sharing a secret so someone can bear witness to it. It is so important to get this secret out of you because more than likely you have been effectively gaslit to believe that by telling the secret, you will be causing yourself shame. You will be uncovering something about the narcissist that will hurt him or her, which you have unknowingly been trained to protect. Someone who bears witness to a secret is analogous to a child when they fall and they hurt their knee and they get what we would call, at least back in my childhood, an owie. The child can fall and scrape their knee and maybe not even bleed, and everything will be okay. But when the child sees his mommy or his daddy, he runs to them and starts to cry. Because of this parent-child attachment-related dynamic, the child gets such deep comfort and empathy and affirmation when he tells his mommy or daddy about his boo-boo. And so I use that as an example that when an SLD, a codependent, has been gaslit and they have been brainwashed to believe that by telling a secret, they are not only making themselves look even worse, but they're also putting at risk the narcissist, who they have been gaslit to protect. I actually did a 3-hour video called Paleopsychotherapy, and all these videos are available at Self-Love Recovery Institute, where I use the metaphor of secrets and trauma being buried, one layer at a time. I'm totally fascinated on archeology and evolution and dinosaurs, but when you find a fossil, always below thousands and thousands of years, all the way up to a million years of layers of sediment that has been compacted. And when you start digging, you start discovering what was hidden and start to put it together. It fits very cleanly with this idea of understanding who you are by digging through and finding secrets that you didn't even know you had, that were so deeply dug down and packed down by either you in a gaslight state or the narcissist who wants to control you. Just remember the simple reality. Narcissists who gaslight you want you to not disclose secrets and convince you that you'll be more harm than you will be helped. Well, that is a lie. It is so important at this stage of treatment to break free from that gaslit narrative and understand this only can move you towards a positive direction, breaking free from the narcissist and eventually the narcissistic abuse. Best to do with the therapist, as I said, but also the therapist is mandated by confidentiality rules. There's laws protecting that. And also remember, some people cannot handle the truth. And of course, when I say that, I see Jack Nicholson in that movie.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
I want the truth!
What I mean by it is the truth is just too much to handle. And I experienced this in my own family when I found out a tragic fact that happened to one of my siblings that explained something really, really sadly dysfunctional in my family that was kept a secret. And I, because I was a young guy, decided people needed to know. And I broke the secret. And I probably have as much positive memories for it as sometimes a doubt, because it did help people rewrite the story of their childhood by understanding something that they would not have ever understood. The person that was connected to that secret benefited from it and later was thankful. When sharing this secret with a safe person, but that person reacts in a way of horror, shock, sadness, compassion, empathy, then, like a mirror being held up to the SLD, they are seeing themselves as hurt, maybe wounded, but not as a person who doesn't deserve love, respect, and caring, not as a person who will gross out others, who will scare others away, because that's the gaslit narrative. Sharing it and feeling connected to the person who hears it and seeing that you are loved, appreciated, and respected as much, even more because of it, is an essential step at unloading the gaslit shame, the false shame that you were fed and eventually believed, and finding the truth of the pain of that secret. Most people already know, except the gaslit folks, that by sharing something, like to a mother, a father, a best friend, or a psychotherapist such as myself, it automatically makes someone feel better. Safely share your secrets. Sharing your secret early on is going to be a frightening and risky test, because remember, you are in the beginning of this treatment process. By safely sharing your secrets, you will be able to sift through, understand your gaslit fears and your paranoia, and determine what secret and the meaning to the secret and the connection to the gaslighting narcissist is true or not in the eyes or ears of another person. When you're sharing the secret, it's probably good that you don't mention at that point my name or work, because I don't want you to be misperceived. And because if it's, say, a moderately healthy person and they are looking at you and they don't know what's going on with you, all of a sudden you're different. You're talking about things that you never talked about. And you said you read this book or saw this video. I don't want people to attribute any of it to me and my work, because it's not. It's about you and your courage and your desire to be healthier. The last thing that you want is someone to not see this process as being legitimate for you and you just being susceptible to another person's ideas. which kind of is the essence to my philosophy in therapy, is I've succeeded when I've helped you understand what you needed to know, needed to achieve in order to have the mental health that you need and want, so you don't need a person like me, and you just are the person you've become who now lives your lessons, your advancements, and your discoveries. So I want to reflect on that part of this excerpt, the part of the tips, tools, and strategies to overcome narcissistic abuse seminar, why it is so important to not disclose my book, my videos, or any information you have learned. If you are at Gaslit or an SLD at the very beginning stages of recovery, like a fly who falls victim to a spider's web, you are trapped, unable to move, and eventually become the prey of the pathological narcissist, the gaslighter. And once trapped, they start gaslighting you to believe incredibly false information, facts about yourself so they can control you. And should anyone threaten that, they will do anything they can to neutralize it. For example, if you should say that, you read Ross Rosenberg's Human Magnet Syndrome book, and it says this about you and this about me, and you are a gaslighting victim, they will immediately read the book and learn what you have read and perhaps understand, so that they can find a way to break it down, to belittle you, and to make you feel that you don't fit into anything that the book represents and that they are the victim. And because the person who does this is at the beginning of self-love recovery, what I call the self-love recovery treatment program, they are still susceptible to the gaslighting and can easily be beaten down. The last thing the SLD or the recovering codependent wants is someone to be an expert at the information for the purpose of using it against them. In addition, if you say, Ross or the book said this, you are externalizing the information instead of taking responsibility for your perception, your analysis, your beliefs. You are saying, hey, this guy thinks this about you and everyone like you. That is a lot harder to back up and ultimately defend than the person. I think you're a pathological narcissist because of this. Now, I don't think you should do that either. But my point is, if you are going to use my information, it will backfire with the type of narcissist that your gaslighter is, because they are either a sociopath, have antisocial personality disorder, or a covert narcissist. If you do not share a secret to the narcissist, friends of the narcissist, that is dangerous, absolutely dangerous, if they know you're sharing secrets. And if you are going to share information, do not share anything about what you've learned from me or anyone else, but make it about you. And I often will instruct my clients who have adult children who are SLDs, or who are on the narcissistic side but don't have a personality disorder, who are suffering from the same human magnet syndrome compelled relationship problems, is not to say anything about what I do or what I say or my videos, but make it about them, what they have learned, what they've experienced, because then people hear it's about you. In some cases, calculate your own ability, what I call your self ability to keep a secret, because there are certain secrets that have to be kept that until the time is right, it's just not safe to disclose. And some people don't want to hear the truth, but sometimes if you disclose a secret, it might be dangerous and could hurt you more than helping you. Calculate the person to whom you're telling a secret's ability to keep that secret, and select a person, double and triple check your decision. Consider that they may have good intentions, but be poor choice to share a secret. In this part of the video, I mentioned that some SLDs, actually some people in general, are unable or struggle in keeping a secret. It makes me go back to my own childhood, where for some reason, I still haven't figured it out completely, I was the honest one in a family where everyone was dishonest. And I would tell the truth. And when there was a secret that I had because I wanted to keep it, or someone asked me to keep a secret, the narcissist in my family would break me down. They would say things like, Ross, you can't keep a secret. You're the honest one. Tell me. It's okay. I won't get mad. And they would do anything they can to make me believe I'm unable to keep a secret, or take my honest predilection for communication and relationships and exploit it. And ultimately, I wouldn't keep the secret, which is essentially falling for the manipulation, and that they would use it against me. Little do the SLD victims, the gaslighting victims, know that by keeping a secret, either your own secret or the secret of the pathological narcissist, you are burying yourself. You are allowing yourself to not be reached, not be rescued, not to have your broken and distorted reality confronted. The pathological narcissist, the gaslighter, knows this and uses the importance and the legitimacy of keeping this or all secrets as a way to be loyal to them, who insist or who gaslights they are trying to protect you, the victim, and that by divulging a secret, you do nothing more than hurt yourself and the person who is trying to make you believe that he or she is really protecting you. It's crucial to understand this dynamic, that a fundamental aspect of gaslighting is to make the SLD victim believe that by divulging secrets, that they will hurt you more than you already are. They will deepen the problem that probably never existed, that has been gaslit into you, and threaten the relationship that you have with the pathological narcissist who you have been gaslit to believe is the only one that could love and protect you. So in conclusion, thank you for watching this excerpt and listening to some of my additional explanations and information. Please consider purchasing the 6.5-hour seminar, whether it's video or audio, entitled The Codependency Cure: Tips, Tools, and Strategies to Overcome Narcissistic Abuse. It is filled with a tremendous amount of information that was designed to give people concrete, specific, practical information to use so that they can begin to overcome their horrendous lifelong experience of self-love deficit disorder. So thank you, and be well.